Exciting. Nobody wants to pick Lotus. Probably an insta-ban. Is someone not ready? Huh? There we go. Hello, we're back for our third map of the day for NA. We have, if I'm mistaken, CSM, who just played the last map, against TC, otherwise known as the Chumbucket. So, interesting name. So, looking at these team comps, we have Yoru just already locked in by Potter Fan. It seems pretty expected, honestly. But let's see what these other players go for here. Buffington looks like it's going to be on the Omen, but had a standout performance, 35 kills on Viper last map on Bind. Okay. Yor goes for the Omen pick. Nobody else really locked in yet. Nobody wants to pick Lotus. Probably an insta-ban. Will James go for his patented one-trick neon? Sova's locked in. Sentinel's locked in. So it looks like CSM will be going for the Brim pick for their controller. Kind of a not as popular pick on Ascent because he only has 3 smokes, so it's just hard to go for those fakes and things like that, but we'll see how that works out. Double Initiator, that's always nice to see. KO and Sova, really great util on this map. Killjoy, perfectly good. And Jet, good as well. So on the other side, we have this crazy comp, right? We have Sova and Omen, pretty, standard. But then we have Neon and Yoru. So we'll see. They're starting off on the attack. We'll see if they have any cool strats cooked up, or if it's just going to be double duelists lurking while the rest of the team entries. All right, so I can see nice Killjoy setup. From CSM side, we have the alarm bot mid, we have the turret kind of just going for an early B main peak. Sova and Killjoy both playing on B. So we dodge the knife here, they're playing kind of slow. See if Ace can get this opening. He's walking up, this is going to be dangerous, and doesn't expect a little bit of a wider swing from Bior, and gets insta-tapped. Don't know if he saw more than one. He definitely saw at least one, but I don't know if they ran around the corner in the death cam. But it seems like they're just content to wait this out. Cookie is whiffing a few bullets here, but the rest of his team kind of flooding out onto side to help him out. FaZe Flame gets 1, FaZe Flame gets 2, but the scan and just the sheer numbers is a little bit too much. But honestly, Flame kind of has brought them a little bit back into this retake. Sova gets pinged on flank, and Bior kind of ready to flash and jump up. This is looking to be a super hard retake here. Double shock darts out, dart out. That's a little bit of a dribble dart, but looks like they're going to be just fine. Uffington gets 1. Uffington gets 2. Oh. Don't know if he would have had time there, but he may just have had time if he got that kill instantly.
Yo, Zack,
nice try from Uffington, who seems like he hasn't really lost any of that aim that he had last map.
He left the party.
But honestly, a decent strat from from TC side, where they just kind of sent dodge knife, first of all, sent everyone A main, and then got the kill on the guy pushed up, but then just kind of cut noise and allowed Cypher to just walk up cat and distract while the rest of them flooded in. So we'll see what their strat is here. We have, interestingly enough, Potterfan just kind of going for these lurks all the time, sending the Yoru clone in just as a distraction. Opington kind of seeing whether or not that's a fake or not. That would have been a very kind of ambitious fake. But Bjor clearing boathouse, and it looks like just site is clear. So we're gonna have a pretty fast take of the site here. We see Potterfan kind of just lurking through mid, seeing if he can get some of these kills. The alarm bot's still up, so
time to jump.
We'll see if he can get any of those kills. That dart is great, scans 3, but nobody's kind of able to capitalize off of it. And a counter dart just kind of delays the rest of them. Cookies spamming through the smoke, gets 1. And it's just kind of cooked here. Kind of trying to play for exits. Gurf gets a great kill through the wall. Potterfan opting to just run. Great idea, actually, not to give up this Spectre. And Ace not able to get a kill as well, so great, flawless. This is going to be able to carry a bunch of Spectres and an Ares into the bonus round. And a nice B take. Taking advantage of the fact that Killjoy just probably has no big util on B. No mollies. Just get on site and go there. So again, grouping up for this A default here with Potter kind of placing the TP to get to the other side as quickly as possible while just kind of using these flashes, the Yoru clone to kind of break the Killjoy turret and whatnot. So Potter TP's back, and this KO hears these players kind of running out through A main. And Ace just gets completely caught off. Great Omen blind, but you know, even before that, a little bit of whippage. Just kind of caught out in the open too, expecting that nobody would run through the wall and he'd get a great timing, but it's a great double peek through the wall. Gives them 2 kills here, and now they're up in an advantage with the free Vandal to boot. So good flash out. That's a great team flash onto his own Killjoy. Oh no, and it looks like TC's just kind of cleaning up here. Uppington kind of not able to carry his team the same way he was against SS on the previous map. And Uppington's off to save his gun. So great round from TC. It looks like they're gonna try and hunt this down as well since they have so much money, but honestly, just taking advantage of the fact, I think Potterfan with this Yoru pick is really just kind of doing quite a bit to distract some of the defense from rotating. But if I were the defense right now, I'd kind of realize that, wait a minute, you know, Potterfan's kind of the one that's distracting, right? You should keep in mind where the Yoru is and kind of just say, okay, the Yoru's here, he's probably going to be lurking. And we should probably send the rest of the players to the other side. But maybe Potterfan will catch on to that and just kind of switch it up and go in with the team. So this is more of a default. Potterfan kind of just running up B main again for this control, using both the flashes, using the Yoru clone. Don't think anyone's too faked out by this because there's only one set of footsteps, kind of predictable. But they have taken full control of mid. They have a nice little cat setup here, bait and switch. And kind of this flash behind. We're priming this kind of flash behind to try and set up this player. Again, I don't know if they'll clear this corner. Is he going to play Trigger Discipline here? That's 1. Oh, isn't able to get a second. Nice Trigger Discipline, but just kind of not able to get those. Suffington kind of position given up by the fact that the Cypher ult comes out. So, nice idea, nice bait and switch, but the flash just slightly too early, and the Trigger Discipline just kind of doesn't quite work out. So great mid default. Nice little spam right there, but I don't think anything's going to come out of it. Nice shot from Uffington. Nice double from Uffington. Great control with this with the Phantom aim there. Burp gets one. Back kid trades, and it's a 1v2 now. Cookies, the sub, getting one through the smoke here. Doesn't have a cam, but great jump peek to bait this out. Knows that he's not on it, and I think he just wins from here. Oh, what a pre-fire onto the bomb. Not looking like a sub, looking like a player on the main roster right here. What a play from Cookies. But that was looking scary for a second for TC. Uffington with 2 great kills. Kind of just gifted to him. And so we'll see Uffington kind of has his ult here. Along with that Brim ult. Whereas the other side just doesn't really have that many ults to work with. But I think Uffington kind of having this idea that, you know, playing just kind of back isn't really going to work anymore. Oh, I see. So they have kind of taken this idea into account. So they sent out that Yoru clone to kind of bait out the fact that maybe Yoru's over here lurking and the rest of the team is just walking up behind it. But it seems like CSM's not really falling for anything right now, but they have given up A site completely. Don't really have any util for it. They hear Yoru running around, but just Yoru. Yoru blinds himself, but no harm, no foul. They run out onto site. Site's clear. Will they commit this Brim ult to cancel the plant here? We will see. Okay, they'll commit the Sova ult to try and cancel this. Gets no tags so far, and gets no tags against all 3. Gurp gets a great kill on the door, backs up into main. Ace peeks out from heaven, gets 1. Bjorn looks directly into the flash, but isn't punished for it. They know he's door, which enables Uffington to kind of jump down and get that. It's a 3v3. Cookies gets 1 more from the trip that he placed. Oh, and Potterfan with a late lurk mid, but isn't able to get anything out of it. Cookies peeks, isn't able to get anything. Gets 1 kill, but I think that he thinks that's the diffuser, and it's not. So CSM able to get their first round on the board. Thanks to some great retake. Thanks to a great retake from the entire team. So had nothing to do with the Sova ult, unfortunately, but the rest of the retake was pretty good. I think kind of came down to the fact that they just had a smoke going on main. Kind of were able to commit a Brim smoke to A main at the end there and just kind of made it so hard for them to spam and things like that. So again, Potter going for this kind of typical lurk and TP, send out the flash for the early info. And like I said, Uffington kind of trying to take this early timing here, and he may get a good timing if Cookies doesn't expect this. Seems like Cookies is quite aware of this. Cookies is very aware of this. Oh my gosh. Oh. Not a great shot on the trip there. But what awareness from Cookies to kind of understand the fact that that Uffington could be pushed up right into that corner right there. So again, Cookies just kind of maintaining space over here. Omen with the bomb grouping up. Ace gets a frag onto the lurker, who is trying to walk up cat and make space. And a great smoke on mid to kind of control it. Walked through the smoke.
30 seconds left.
And oh, he walks through the smoke, that's 1. James isn't able to get that second kill. Uffington gets that, so from here, we're going to see that they have the site, but fortunately, they are down in numbers. Uffington runs on the site, just trying to ego peek and gets totally punished for it. Great trip from Cookies. Cookies gets 1. Cookies looks directly into the flash, but
One enemy remaining.
we were able to get one. 14 HP. Great TP. His team probably pinged the bomb for him. And oh, just HP too low to prevent the wallbang from killing him, so...
My ult's ready.
A great kind of thrifty, not quite a thrifty, but, you know, half buy from the side of CSM. Honestly, didn't think they were going to be able to pull that off. I feel like Uffington kind of gifted that kill to the side of TC, but ended up pulling it through anyway. So now we have quite a few ults ready. Potter one off, and the rest of the team is ready to use all their ults. So maybe I'd like to see some kind of fast play in with the Neon ult, which seems to be what James is doing here without a gun. We'll see if they try and take Cat fast with this Neon ult. Potter once again going for this default lurk. Oh, the spray is ugly from Gerb, but great trade from Uffington. Stuns himself for some reason. But a great ult from Cypher, a great Neon ult as well, and looks like they're just going to be able to take B for free. Cookies with another great frag onto the spawn guy before it was smoked. Honestly, Cookies has been playing amazing so far, top fragging for their team. Will we see this KO ult be used on the retake? Oh, and with the utility out, James decides to peek the KO. And that's the KO ult gone. And so, we have 2 people left to say on this peek. Will they check this corner? Yes, they will. So Bjorn gets the final kill. A great execute onto the B site from mid. Although, again, they did have to commit 3 ults to do it, but pretty worth it to win a gun round. So now we see 4 ults from the side of CSM on this kind of half-buy round. We see 4 ults, probably a Jet ult going to be committed here, but, you know, if they get into an advantageous position, you know, more than likely they're going to try and commit those other ults. So this time they're kind of committing with this Yoru clone here. Uffington pushed up, but Cookies honestly has kind of been the bane of all the push-ups. Every time Uffington has tried to push up here, Cookies has been the one to kind of stop it.
Spike planted.
And Ace still on the A site, even while the bomb's being planted. So it's going to take him a while to get over here. That Brim Smoke committed kind of early. Some lackluster updrafts from Ace prevents him from being able to see anybody on site. And James, 1 kill, 2 frags, and that's going to be it. So, a great cleanup from the side of TC. Building up those ults again, and looks like no ults were really committed on the side of the CSM. So CSM down 4 rounds here. TC looking really strong. Cookies at kind of the forefront of this. We'll see if Potter kind of really wants to use his ult. Is getting ready to just go right in with this ult, and he does. So Uffington very quickly identifies the fact that he has this ult. Great kill onto the guy behind. We'll see if Potter wants to go for this kill, and he does. So it's a great trade. This side. Oh. But Potter gets heard as they try to lurk up here, and the lurk gets caught. So now it's a 4v3. We'll see if this Killjoy ult gets committed here on Boathouse.
Cover going out.
It's a great retake ult, especially if everyone else is on site. So there's the KO ult committed. Gurp gets an important kill. That's the Killjoy ult just totally out of the equation. And so now they'll just have to rely on maybe the Brim ult. Yep, here's the Brim ult coming in on the backside.
One enemy remaining.
But Bjor just gets out, and Gurp really just fragging out here. Bjor gets the last kill, but that's all the ults committed except for the Killjoy ult, and nothing gained for it. So really important round for TC to pull through on. 2 ults committed and not a round to show for it. But again, I feel like everyone's just playing so well. Maybe Potter fan is kind of at the bottom of the scoreboard here, but
That goes there.
the impact really shows. Just kind of the lurks, the distractions, everything. So once again, going for that idea with the Yoru clone. We still haven't seen, though, like a fake Yoru clone. So maybe that'll be like, again, the kind of the walkout from Uffington gets caught by Cookies. And now Uffington is just in this awkward spot where they know he's pushed up mid. And it doesn't even really matter because the A site has been given up for free. That util, those fakes are just kind of keeping someone anchored on the site at all times, and I feel like that's part of the reason why Fat Kid has just been kind of so delayed in these retakes. Again, because they're so scared of the fact, kind of conditioned to the fact that Yoru, you know, it may be a fake clone, he may be there, or he may TP somewhere. So an early flash, the Yoru clone. And that's still no tags, maybe? Nope, I don't think that was a tag. But a great hold, especially because of the Killjoy util being switched to A.
I have the spike.
Gurp able to escape with the spike, but that's a great 2 kills. Second kill for Fat Kid, but one of the most impactful that we've seen so far. So we'll see if Cookies can kind of walk up here, clear Cat, see if he clears this right corner here. He does, but isn't able to get the kill. And Ace puts kind of the hurt on G as well. Or, sorry, Potter fan as well. So once again, TC kind of going for that early play, distraction with the Yoru ult, but the Yoru utility, but isn't really
One enemy remaining.
able to capitalize off of it. And a slightly messy spray, but able to get it done at the end.
Last round before the switch.
So really, the comp that kind of I least expected to work in the first place, this Yoru Neon comp, is really the one that's pulling ahead here. I think that default comp, especially with that Brim, is just kind of unable to really deal with these plays so far. So the Killjoy once again being posted on A. And we'll see for the first time Bjor and his team kind of taking mid control. That's a nice shot from Uffington, however, onto the player top mid. He's able to escape as well. But that's an important piece of utility, not only with the Sova ult for the last round, but also just the dart and the drone in general. Let's see if perhaps he starts spamming. He does, but they're already all past. Will they take advantage of the timing? No, they will not. Uffington is there to back him up. Uffington has a nice dart prepared for the walkout. And so the team is not really able to walk out. Uffington spotted ahead there. Isn't able to capitalize off of it though. And Potter fans kind of taking space, lurking up again. We see that, you know, in this 3v5, that, you know, Jet knows that they're rotating towards A. We have this Killjoy utility here. Wow, and Bjor just flat out gets that frag onto Jet. in the corner.
Molly.
And Frapsy gets one with the lucky spam. Ophington gets another as Bjor walks through the door without his teammates.
Buried.
Cookies gets an important frag onto the low HP Brim. Frapsy also 1 HP behind Generator, whereas their third player playing for Molly lineups. That's one Molly gone. Ophington able to get a total of 3 kills. A very nice classic spam to clean up the 2 players jumping down from hell. And so a very important pistol round from the side of CSM here. But honestly, a great set strat from CSM. Even though they lost that opening in tree with Bjorn kind of clearing that corner. But we'll see if this 5-man push-up A main works out. So a decent strat here. They're just going to run down everybody down mid, clear out market just together, have the ability to trade. And yep, you're going to clear back site, clear everything, and it's all clear. So now they know that there's nobody there. So it's going to be a 5-on-5 retake, except no guns. Looks like FrapZ will clear pretty much all of spawn here so that they understand that everyone's going to be coming from either flank or mid. Burp gets a good kill onto the KO, which lets him get a Spectre, even though he doesn't have any armor.
Revealing area.
And so here we go. So they run in, and a nice spray from Brim
A fine
to get to. Oh, but Gurp really putting on the herd. He does have time to win this if he gets this kill immediately. I don't think the Killjoy is really going to give it to him. He no longer has the time. But what econ damage that was. And yeah, so Fat Kid isn't really going to be able to get that Bulldog. So that's a Bulldog and a ton of Spectres just out of the equation now. But great control of the Spectre spray from Gurp there. So let's take a look at the loadouts here. So we have a relatively full buy from the side of
right here.
TC, but a pretty poor buy, except for Uffington coming out from the side of CSM. So see if Uffington can make a hero play here. Everyone grouped up towards A main. There's a good dart. There's a good dash onto site. And it looks like everything is all good for the site, except for these this double tripwire setup. Cookies is able to just get one
Spike planted.
from the Killjoy walking in onto site. So it looks like this this Cypher util is really just outclassing the Killjoy util at the moment in terms of the ability to get frags based on these kind of tripwires. Ace spots one crossing, gets a nice headshot onto the guy, Heaven. But a great stun from James. A nice flank from Uffington. Will he be able to capitalize off this?
Last player standing.
And Gurp kills him through the box. Ace isn't able to get the kill, and a gun advantage
I've tried explode. Go.
makes it so that excuse me, TC is able to get the win. So looking at the scoreboard, I mean, you know, CSM really doesn't really have anyone standing out other than Uffington.
I'm out of here.
Whereas for TC, everybody's just kind of fragging out. Relatively equal in terms of the scoreboard. But just, you know, a very typical execute from the side of CSM. And they walk right into the Cypher utility and kind of get shredded from there. So we'll see how this round lines up. Uffington with a Spectre because of his Vandal purchase last round. But we'll see where they decide to go with this. Again, TC not with the best advice either. They have to have this light armor bulldog and this full armor specter buy, but a very nice flash from FrapZ here to kind of push Omen off the angle, but Gerb from Bauhaus is able to get one, can't control the spray to get a second, and an all-out brawl is occurring here in mid. Cookies gets one, is able to get the ult off here,
I got the spike.
and the spike was down in Pizza, so they had to commit the manpower to kind of go back and get it. And Ace actually, in the process of getting the spike, I think is actually exchanges his Vandal for a Spectre.
30 seconds left.
So we'll see if this kind of comes back to bite him. Crosshair slightly too high, but James is able to trade it. And it looks like the advantage right now for the side of TC.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, and a great spam from Potter. But FrapZ kind of betting on the fact that they're not going to stick this bomb the first time around. Gets a great kill onto the first one and dinks Neon through the wall. But he understands that it's halved. And he's able to pull the clutch off. A great realization from the sound of the spike that it was halved and he needed to kind of run back to get Neon off the bomb. So a great clutch from FrapZ here.
Go, go, go!
But and all out brawl kind of happening on mid there. Interestingly enough, without a smoke for bottom mid as well. So while fighting the guy Market from Pizza, CSM just kind of were fighting on two different angles, kind of two different 180 angles. So it was just a little bit too hard for them to get out of that situation in an advantage.
Revealing.
I believe
Out of charges.
Uffington kind of darting to see if he can fish for a kill with his ult, and shock darting to see if he can clear any trips. Ace with 2 quick kills on the mid players, trades out his Brim. He's trying to take a timing through the smoke, but with only a classic, is just not able to do enough.
Spike planted.
So, Gerb and Potter coming up both through Catwalk, upgrading a few guns here.
One enemy remaining.
But FrapZ able to pick him off. We'll see if Potter's able to accomplish anything. Little dribble dart right there for distraction. And Uffington is able to get another kill. So again, Uffington far and away kind of the top fragger, the star player right now for the team. So we'll see if he steps up once again in this round to carry his team over the line. We have 4 ults from the side of CSM here, with only 2 ults to counter on the side of TC. We'll see if they decide to use this KO ult for kind of this fast commit.
Gotta go!
I want to say that as soon as I hear something like a Neon ult, yep, and there it is, there's the KO ult. And this also prevents the Neon on site from using the Neon ult as well. So this should scan Neon, who is really only has a classic, and Potter is very easily cleared out from the back of sight, being crunched from all sides. So great, just fast execute. Interesting enough, just playing off the sound of a push.
Silence.
Oh, nice shot from Gerb right there. Great crosshair adjustment.
Revealing.
And that is able, you know, that's Uffington deems worthy of using the ult. Does get one off of that, but the dart,
Player standing.
oh, is not able to get another off of that. And really Uffington making a massive difference on this retake. And CSM is able to clean off the round. So, again, nice shot from Gerb right there. And it kind of, that kill, I feel like, is what is the catalyst of what kind of prompted Uffington to use his ult right there. But because of Uffington getting one with the Sova ult and also with the Phantom, then the retake kind of just wasn't able to happen. But again, I like the kind of the idea of execute as well. you know, they heard those footsteps, whether it was a real person, whether it was a fake person, right? Let's just cancel off all the utility. Let's just say no util. We're just going to take gunfights, you know, and we're just going to attempt to get onto site as fast as possible. So that Yoru there almost tricked me, honestly. Had no clue what that guy was standing there in the middle of site, or in the middle of mid, but... Oh, a great lineup from James, and a good stun to boot. Potter comes out of tree,
Enemy remaining.
and James with a third. And they know where the position of this last player is. Great crosshair adjustment. Will he be spammed through the wall? He has a dash. Isn't hit by the shock dart. Gerb has... Oh, no. Oh. I saw the idea there, but not
Act on my intel.
the play that would win him the round. So TC with a great comeback on kind of a half by round. And a little bit of a throw from the CSM side, right? They have this idea, you know, we're able to fast execute on these guys for the past few rounds, so let's just, you know, try and fast execute again, but this time it just doesn't work out. James with a great 2 first kills off of a dry peek. No flash, nothing to kind of get the attack side out. And we'll just see kind of a mid default here. Side of CSM. Taking space B main, taking space mid, but it looks like they're gearing up for kind of this cat execute. Potter doing some spam through the wall, seeing if they can fish for a kill here. But a great, well-timed smoke here. A dash in, Ace is just able to kill Gerb just from the sheer unexpectedness of it. No, Bjorn gets stuck on the box and gets killed by Fat Kid. And that's the site gone.
Spike planted.
It's 2v3 for this team. We'll see if Potter decides to commit the dimensional drift here. I'm just trying to just fish for some damage or a kill here while Cookies walks up on door. None of the players have really given up their positions yet, but Brim, again, has this Brim ult. It's just going to be so difficult for the side of TC to win
Last
this.
player standing.
So even though they're going to get these kills, they're unable to half, and Flame just cleans it up. So this time, a great mid play from CSM here, just kind of really ace with the dash and the kill, really opening up that round for them. Totally unexpected, kind of smoking. Not smoking where he was going to dash, but actually smoking where he wasn't going to dash. I wonder about that, but good play for him nonetheless. Got him the entry. So see what Potter decides to do here. Oh, and great idea. Yeah, and Fat Kid kind of just going to spam the decoy, but instead just lines up directly with his own decoy. We'll see if James decides to push this, but his ult was committed a lot earlier and it just runs out. It's just run out already. Grew up with a great kill on mid, the guy lurking mid, Frap Z, but oh, what is this? What is this strat that we're cooking? It's a fake B the whole time, and Brim and Jet are making their way onto A here. And Fat Kid is able to get one that just kind of sells us even further. Great flash onto Jen, but he's spotted. Oh, a great spam from Bjor. And the rest of the team just really isn't here yet. A great wide swing from Flame, and Uffington's able to clean up, but that could have gotten sketchy there if some more shots had been hit. So a good round from CSM. Honestly, a very kind of curious strat where they fake the Killjoy ult, but then two of them actually run onto site and try and take site, but that's not the site which they're planning at, so kind of an interesting strat, but it ends up working out.
Let's go.
We'll see what Potter can cook up this round
I'll handle this.
with the judge, seeing if they can. Oh, and really just kind of going all in, no flashes, no decoy, nothing, just running in to try and get that pick on the Killjoy there. Really expected the Killjoy to only Killjoy to be there, but not really expecting Flame to be there behind Boathouse to help out. Alright, so they're just gonna take this as an entry. Bjork gets a great spam through the smoke right there, but Cookies isn't really able to hold on site, and that means that the 4 players are all able to enter site successfully, kind of play for this retake. So no ults to speak of on the attack side, so we'll see whether or not that dart just completely missing the mark, completely missing the tree branches right there, but we'll see if this kind of matters in the long end. Gerp with a great first kill, and Bjork just kind of runs onto lane and gets a second. Another kill. Uffington isn't able to close it out. Gerp with 3 in total on the round. An amazing retake from Gerp especially. Each of the Sovas on their respective teams kind of fragging out right now, trying to carry their teams over the line. So, a great take from CSM through mid, through market, especially with that opening kill on Potter, who a little bit ambitious on kind of the no flash, no util. I don't know if there's a TP setup, but they just really wanted that kill onto Killjoy and weren't able to get it. So see what CSM cooks up this time. James going for a little bit of an aggro peek here, but is spotted out. Godard gets all 5 players. And it looks like CSM aren't really willing to rotate just at the moment. But it looks like TC really isn't budging either. We have this Cypher utility to spot the rotate mid. And Potter's just diligently anchoring the site as well, with kind of this flash setup in case someone shoots the tripwire, or the tripwire gets tripped. And so because of this setup, with kind of this 3A setup, the players aren't budging, and this rehit just kind of seems to be the play that CSM are going to settle for. They're just kind of sitting here waiting for this smoke, but it seems like the smoke kind of just deterred their entire push. And so here the footsteps come out.
30 seconds left.
Rapsy commits to the KO ult. 2 jet smokes are out. Great first kill from Gerp, but really isn't able to control the spray. In the chaos, kind of, James got that first kill. Whoa, what is going on here? Kind of a messy showdown between Uffington and Bjork, but Uffington's kind of able to get the kill right there. Rapsy kind of flanking around, shoots the KO molly, or sorry, KO molly, the Killjoy molly. But in the end, Rapsy's able to get that kill. Kind of an unexpected lurk through the door. The Killjoy molly is there as a lineup. Doesn't really hit the bomb, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. And so CSM bring us to match point, another great round. And that leaves low money on the side of the defense as well. See if they're able to cook up anything for this round. Again, I was confident. This is, from an 8-4 half down, or maybe I should say a 4-8 half down. With the defense that really just was not able to kind of deal with that Yoru and that Neon comp. But it seems like on the attack, they're dealing with it in such a way where the Neon and the Yoru just aren't able to get very much utility
Scanning ahead.
out of the utility that they have. Wolfington is purchased and off by his teammates here, and just opted to throw it off the map. Just kind of wasting money out here. I wish I could have that money. But Spline Operator tossed off the map. And he's going to group up with his teammates. Kind of a strange commitment on it. But Ace kind of just making as much noise as he can on this B site to try and sell the fact that they're going B.
Scanning ahead.
And shock darting his own teammate right there to try and clear out the tripwire. But tree is clear, site is clear. Oh, great ult from Gerp here, and a little bit of chip damage. Uffington trying to make a play right here, but getting spotted and